Get 22. Tú atajando. Girl, I wanna handle you. Put my hands upon you, baby. Get 22.
Hey guys, so this is going to be the Flawless Base 101. This is like something that's so important in anyone's makeup routine. So I'm gonna be showing you guys how to achieve a super flawless base on your skin. Guys, first things first, I'm gonna take some micellar water and I'm gonna take that and just wipe off anything on my face. So when you're doing your foundation, you want to make sure that your skin is absolutely bare, okay? So I did my eyebrows already, so that's fine, but I'm gonna just take off anything that might be around my face that should not be there. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some type of toner. The toner that I use is Bayor Witch Hazel. And it's a pore clarifying cleanser. I'm gonna take a little bit of that on my cotton pad. I'm gonna also apply this and wipe down my face. Now this is really good for like acne and stuff like that. So I like doing this on myself as well as my clients just to set a good base, like literally a good base for your makeup. So you wanna apply this toner. Whew, and it feels so good, guys. Whew. The next thing that I use for a flawless base is a serum. So the serum that I use is by It Cosmetics. It's called Bye Bye Pores, and it looks like this in a blue bottle. I'm going to just apply that to my face, tilt my head back and apply that. And I'm just gonna rub that in with my hands. Ooh. You want to make sure you get your nose area, under your eyes. Really rub that serum into your face. The skincare of makeup just feels so good. Like, it just feels like you're doing something right and you're making sure your skin is nice and good for the makeup. I hate seeing people just putting foundation on their face without doing any type of skincare, because it's like at the end of the day your skin is what's important for the makeup to come out flawless. Okay, so I just applied that serum. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is apply my primer now. So now we're gonna go to our primer. The primer that I use is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and I'm just going to take like 2 pumps for now, and I'm going to apply that to my face. I love the Milk Hydro Grip because it feels so good and it literally grips to your face. I just love skincare in general, guys, because like my face is like glowing right now. Do you guys see? I'm like literally a glazed donut. If you don't look like a glazed donut before you start your makeup, you need to start over, okay? Cause your skincare is what's most important. All right. What I like to do is actually set my face with a setting spray. So I'm gonna be using my Morphe setting spray. So far I used like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, guys. This is all a part of having a flawless foundation. So I'm gonna spray my face with this Morphe setting spray. And if you need help just drying it down, you know, you could take a fan on the lightest setting and just kind of like let those products soak into your skin. Whew, feels so good. So for foundation today, I think I'm gonna mix these two NARS foundations. This is Nambia and Macayo. I guess that's how you say it. But this is usually like my perfect shade. So I'm gonna get like 2 pumps of Nambia and 1 pump of Macayo. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But I'm gonna get a flat brush, one like this, and then I'm just gonna mix those 2 colors. See how it's looking. It's a little bit dark, so I'm gonna take a little bit more of the other one, take a pump, and mix that. So it's coming along a little better. This looks like my perfect shade. I really love this type of shade. This is literally my shade. So you're gonna take your foundation and you're gonna just swatch the foundation onto your face. So the reason that I make swatches is because it's basically like me just laying it down onto my face. Like, you don't want to just pump the foundation onto your face. I see people do that. Like, you don't want to just do that. Like, this allows it to like sit on your face for a little bit and gives you like a more flawless look. So you're gonna see what I'm talking about in a second. But I'm just gonna add some more of that foundation. And I'm literally not even putting much foundation on my face. Like, you don't wanna put too much foundation on your face. So I'm literally gonna just do like 1, 2, a couple swatches. Like literally, that's it. I'm gonna put a little bit right here. Right? What I'm gonna do now to blend out my foundation is the Real Techniques 202 brush. And this is like a slanted foundation brush. As you guys can see, it's slanted and it's very dense, so you can really get into your foundation. But you wanna make sure your foundation dries down a little bit as well. So I'm just gonna get the fan and kind of dry it down a little. And the reason why this is important to like let your foundation dry down a little bit is because you get more full coverage. So if you let your product sit on your face, guys, this is very important, you get fuller coverage. So if you feel like, you know, you're having trouble with getting that full coverage and it just still looks like it's not giving, you probably need to just slow down, take your time, and really have the foundation or even concealer sit on your face a little bit longer. So you guys see how that junk is already stuck already? Like, just from me letting it sit on my face, it's already stuck. But it's okay, we're gonna blend it out. So good already. Look at that. So guys, you want to make sure that your face is literally still looking golden. Like, you see how my face is still looking like a glazed donut? Like, you want it to still look like it's shining through the foundation. So yeah guys, so we're gonna move on to concealer now. So for concealer, I think I'm gonna take the Suede shade for the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I'm gonna take that. It's a good amount. And then I'm gonna take the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camera Concealer in the shade Chestnut. That's how they look. And I'm gonna mix these two shades together to make my concealer shade. And with concealer shades, you wanna I'm gonna take that same brush that I apply my foundation just to get some of that color on there as well. But with concealer shades, you wanna go a shade, two or three shades lighter than your skin tone. So this is super light, as you guys can see, because I like a highlighted look, so it's gonna be fine. Once I kind of blend it into my foundation, and you'll see what I mean by that. So I'm gonna take that same flat brush and I'm going to just lightly apply this concealer. So by lightly, I mean literally lightly. So you wanna just hold your brush, you wanna hold your brush very lightly. You don't wanna hold it tense like this. You wanna have like a light hand and kind of just like you're painting on like when you go to like a sip and paint and you're like painting on one of those boards, you literally wanna paint that concealer on, like literally paint. You wanna take a very, very light hand and just apply that concealer where you would like it to lay. Put your eyes up and just apply that concealer. And when you reach to like the edges, you want to kind of like just take less product, less concealer, and kind of like just blend that out a little bit. So you're like kind of helping the blending. So you don't want to let this part of the concealer be too thick. You want to just start blending it off and fading it out right here. So I'm just fading that out. See how that's kind of like faded into the foundation a little? So you want to kind of do that. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Take a very light hand and just pretend like you're literally painting and you want a very light hand. Look up and just apply that concealer all the way up into your lower lash line. Like I said, we're gonna take a little, not even anything on your brush to be honest, and just kind of start the blending process and kind of like fade it into that foundation. So yeah, as you guys can see, I'm like kind of fading it out. Fading it out. I'm gonna take some more and put it up here. But the edges, you want the edges to look like they're like fading out, as you guys can see. Right? Looks good to me. Now we're going to add some concealer down the bridge of the nose. So you're gonna take the tip of that and just make a line down the bridge of your nose, right? And then you're gonna make like a little dome shape or like a circle shape on your forehead. So make like a little dome on your forehead. Literally, it looks like a little, you know, like a little sunset. So you want to make like a little sunset on your forehead. That's why I love makeup so much, because it's literally like painting. Like, it's literally like painting. It's not even that deep. It's literally like painting on your face, literally. And on this area. All right. And these are all the places that you want to have your concealer, right? Now, like anything else, you want to wait till this dries down a little bit. So we're gonna just take our fan, make sure it's dried down. All right, so I'm gonna take my Real Techniques setting brush. Yeah, this is the 402 setting brush, and I'm just going to hold my brush slanted. So I'm holding it slanted. I'm not holding it like this. I'm holding it slanted, and I'm gonna use the side of the brush to blend out that concealer. I'm gonna start on my nose because I feel like the nose just dries down so quickly. So I'm gonna just start here and just use the side of my brush to blend out that concealer. And I'm going super, super lightly, guys. Like, you don't wanna just like, just beat your face literally. You wanna just go very, very lightly. Like, I'm being so light right now. I'm literally just like flinging it like this. You wanna be like super light. So I'm gonna blend this out. The last thing that you guys wanna blend, guys, is under your eyes, because you really want the most coverage under your eyes, so. I'm gonna blend under here, very lightly. And guys, if you ever see any like harsh lines from blending out your concealer because it just looks too light, you could take your foundation brush that you just, you know, use for your foundation and blend out the sides of that concealer. So don't blend in the concealer, just blend out the sides. So you're creating like a little flawless transition right there because you still have makeup on your foundation brush. So now I'm gonna start blending out the edges of that concealer underneath my eyes, just the edges for now, and then we're gonna go back to the rest of it. So we're gonna blend out those edges using the side of the setting brush. And you can even go back with your foundation brush. Foundation brush and just help that blending process as well. All right, so you see how perfect that looks? Like, that just looks amazing. So we're gonna blend out this forehead right here before it dries down. We're gonna start with the edges and make your way towards the middle. Now we're gonna go towards the middle and just blend, 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 blend. It looks so good, guys. Do you guys see that? Just letting that concealer dry down gives it like such a difference. So the next time you guys do your makeup, I definitely want you guys to follow these steps and let me know how it turns out. Like, let me know if it makes a difference to you. So everything is blended out but underneath the eyes, so you guys can see. So now we're gonna go in and start blending underneath the eyes, and everything should be nice and dry so we could really get that full coverage. And look at that. You can already see, like, do you guys see that? I know you guys see, so I don't even gotta say nothing. Like, look, that full coverage is there, literally. Ooh, it looks like butter. It literally looks like butter. Look at that. I'm gonna do the other side. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to contour. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna contour. I think I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Ebony. Ooh, this is a dark shade. As you guys can see, it's pretty dark. But I'm gonna mix that with my Espresso LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Espresso. I'm gonna mix that and see what it gives me. See what it gives me, see what it gives me. I think I'm gonna take this brush and then just mix those together, see what it gives. So I'm gonna apply this right in the middle, and I'm just applying a small amount, literally, like a super small. Like, I don't like when people go so down under, like with their contour. Like, you wanna make sure your contour is high, guys. So The higher, the better for your contour. Don't go too low thinking that, you know, I don't know. Just go higher and trust me on that. So you want to make sure it's nice and high. We want high cheekbones, okay? We want to look snatched. We're gonna pet a little bit right here, and then we're gonna put some on your jawline, and that just gives you like an illusion of having like a snatched jaw. So we're gonna get some more. I'm gonna just add that right here. Create that snatched jawline. And then we're gonna add a little bit right here on your eyebrows. So I'm gonna just add it right here, like make a little C shape on your eyebrows. And you wanna kinda connect it to your eyebrow, like the end of your eyebrow a little bit. Not the end, the beginning of your eyebrow. So you wanna kinda connect it. So you see how I'm making like a C right there? So that's really what I do. I don't really bring it down all the way anymore. I'm just leaving it just like that. So you want to blend that out now. I'm taking this, like, it looks like a Real Techniques brush, but it's like a Shein brush, but it's kind of slanted and it's like very dense. I use this for my contour, so we're gonna just lightly blend that out. Everything you do, guys, with makeup, just do it very lightly. Like, you may feel like you need to really beat your face, but you don't. Like, you really don't. It's gonna be beat regardless. But just use a very light hand and alternate with your foundation brush, just so everything is not too harsh or you're not bringing down your contour too far. You wanna keep your contour up here. You don't wanna bring it down over here, because that's like a no-no. So keep your contour high and then use your foundation brush to blend it out if you make any mistakes. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Very, very light hands. Make sure you're blending your contour upward. You don't want to blend downward. You want to blend upward, okay? So you want to always be blending upward. It's okay if you get it a little high. We want our contours to be high, so that is the goal. Next, I'm gonna take my foundation brush, like I said, and just make sure it doesn't go down too far. You wanna keep it high, okay? So you wanna keep it up here. Right? So I'm gonna blend the jawline now. Do not forget about the jawline. There are so many times where I forgot about the jawline and I just kept continuing on my makeup and then it's like still there, like, but don't forget to blend out the jawline. Now, forehead contour, blend that out. Looks really, really good, guys. Looks super good. All right. Look at that, just flawless. I cannot complain right now, it's super flawless. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a super light concealer at this time. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Caramel. And I'm going to just add a little dollop, a little dot of concealer right here in the middle of my eyes, like right there. Just let that sit right there. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna give my eyes like a more highlighted look, because right now everything looks very neutral and I want my under eyes to look a little highlighted and pop. So I'm gonna add that light concealer right there. I'm gonna take a dense brush like this. See how it's very dense, and I'm going to blend out my nose contour. And I'm just blending that into my eyebrow. Don't be scared to blend it into your eyebrow because it gives it a nice look. So just go literally into your eyebrow, into the beginning of your eyebrow, and just blend, 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 blend. But I'm really not. You want to have a very, very light hand. Now's a good time to blend it out, so we're gonna blend that out. And I'm using the same setting brush from Real Techniques, and I'm just gonna blend that out. So you see how that gave me like a little bit more highlight? That's what I was looking for. So one thing that I normally like doing is adding liquid blush. So we're gonna add some liquid blush today. The shades that I usually use is Juvia's Place Coral Rose, and I mixed it with this pink base from P. Louise. It's like a dark pink. So I'm gonna mix those two colors just so you guys can see what it looks like. This is the paint base, and this is the Juvia's Place. Yeah, so that one's like more so orange. We're gonna mix those two to create a nice blush, a nice pink. And then we're gonna add that to my face. Add it to my face. I literally take a little bit. So guys, when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. Don't put any more than this, okay? And this is probably a lot, to be honest, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna take a brush like this. I'm not sure what type of brush this is, but hopefully I have like a list of the brushes so that you guys can know. But I'm gonna take a brush like this. This is like the perfect brush to blend out my liquid blush. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just going to tap, tap, tap very, very lightly, guys, and just tap that blush in. And it's okay to go high. Like I said, the higher the better, guys. You don't wanna go too low, all right? The higher the better. So you wanna just blend that out. You could blend it up if you want, because this is blush, so it's okay if it's like very high up, because it's like I'm smiling, I'm happy, I'm blushing, so it's okay if it goes a little high up, okay? All right, I feel like I need a little bit more over here, so I'm gonna just tap my hand and just add a little bit more pink. Ooh, it looks so pretty. Right now, what I like to do is I like to get my Morphe setting spray and spray my face once more. It is really, really good. So I'm gonna take a little triangle powder puff. And the reason why I use the triangle powder puffs is because it gives you a very even coating. So we're gonna go underneath the eyes with that. And when you're going underneath the eyes, you wanna take a minimal amount of powder, like literally a minimal amount, and you wanna press in that powder. So we're not baking, we're just pressing in that powder. So I'm literally pressing it into the skin, and I'm not using that much product at all, right? So you see how that looks? Very, very sleek and flawless. Like, look at that, wow. Now we're gonna set the other side, dust off any excess, and just literally press it into your skin. Press it in. Press it into your skin. Wow, that looks literally amazing. If you guys could see, whew, looks so flawless. Like, look at that, guys. You cannot say that that's not flawless. That's literally flawless. Press it in. And press it in until you don't see any more of that powder. and you just see a flawless face. Literally. Alright guys, so now I'm gonna take my MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NW50. It looks like this. And I'm going to take a super big fluffy brush, and I'm going to set the rest of my face with this. So I'm gonna set over here. And set over here. And set. So I think I'm gonna take my True Complexions contour palette. Looks like this, and I think you guys could tell what shade I'm gonna use because it's almost done. I'm gonna take this middle shade and I'm going to contour my face with that, and I'm just going where I placed that contour previously, like all the places that I placed that contour color I'm basically setting. So on my jawline, and I use the same brush that I use for the contour as well. You know, you want to save brushes, so you don't got to use too many brushes. Just try your best to use the same brush. It really doesn't matter. Set that nose contour that I had going on there. And bring it into my eyebrow. Bring it into the beginning of my eyebrow, like I said. And I'm just being big. I'm gonna take my Sacha Buttercup because this is like a more yellow shade. Woo. And I'm actually gonna bake with this. So I'm gonna take a little bit, dust off the excess, and I'm gonna just bake underneath there. So now we're baking, so we can just literally like lay it down. We're not pressing in anything, we're just baking. So that's gonna be our little bake. We could put it underneath our contour as well. Just a little bit. Now we have to also set our blush. So we're gonna get a little brush like this, like a little fluffy brush. And my other contour palettes. This is it. So I'm gonna take my Morphe contour palette, and I'm gonna take that little fluffy brush and take this blush right here and set my blush. I love blush, guys. It's just so girly and cute. You can smile too, just to really get that blush going. Alright guys, I did my eyeshadow and I'm back. So now it's time to dust off the excess powder. So what I like to do is I like to get a lighter shade of like regular powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Toffee Caramel. I'm gonna take that and I'm just gonna lightly dust off the powder underneath my eyes, because the reason I'm using a lighter powder for that is because I want that area to stay lighter and highlighted. I don't want it to be like dark like the rest of my skin. So I'm gonna take that and dust off that excess powder. So that's still gonna give me that highlighted look around that area that I'm looking for. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just dust that off. Then for the rest of the face, we're gonna take like a darker shade. This is the Maybelline Fit Me again in the shade Mocha. And then we're gonna use that for the rest of the face. And the reason why I do that is just because I don't want this darker shade to be underneath my eyes. Like I want my eyes to stay highlighted. So it would defeat the purpose of me doing all that highlight and stuff if I do that, if you know, if you get what I'm saying. So I'm gonna just blend out everything, make sure that nothing is harsh. And yeah guys, that's how it's looking. So now I'm gonna set my face with my Morphe setting spray one more time. Whew. And you really wanna just drown your face with that. Like, just drown it, please. Drown your face. All right guys, so now I have my lip gloss on, so I'm gonna add some highlight just to complete the final look. The highlight that I normally use is MAC Gold Deposit. It is a super, super cute highlight. Just gonna take a little bit and just put it right at that, where I placed that blush, kind of like right on top of that. See where it's highlighting, and we're gonna put some on our nose. All right guys, this is the final look. I did a little slow-mo so you guys can really see the face. I hope you guys enjoyed this very, very detailed tutorial, and I hope you guys learned some tips and tricks to make your face look as flawless as this. And definitely subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Just me, constant crazy with Molly. You got something that I'm interested in. Just me, you're 22.